Hi, it's Rabbi Eisenberg here. Welcome to this week's Torah. This week, on Wednesday night, many people all around the world, specifically in the first world, got a big shock. As they tried to send messages on their WhatsApp, they realized the WhatsApp wasn't working. So what people did is they were checking the Wi-Fi, they were checking the mobile data connection, they were trying to make sure maybe to shut it down and start the phone all over again, or shut down WhatsApp and start it all over again, and yet it seemed to not have worked. And then only later did people find out, whether it was via Facebook, whether it was via the news or any other outlet, that WhatsApp had a glitch, and that for a few hours it wasn't working. People were joking, people were saying that for a few hours actually there was communication going on. People didn't even have to send WhatsApp messages, they could talk to each other. But going beyond that, in this week's Sedra, when we read about Kedoshim to you, the second parsha this week that we read says you should be holy. And the question is asked, what is holiness? What does it mean to be holy? The definition of holiness is something that's quite complicated to define. It's not so easy to say exactly what it is to be holy. But I can say one thing with certainty. As I mentioned before, many people were trying to send messages, specifically in the first world and the Western world, and couldn't get those messages out because WhatsApp wasn't working. And it disturbed people. It brought people down. It made people really angry and upset. How could it be I need to send a message and it's not working? And you think to yourself, that might be the opposite of holiness. There are people around the entire world that are suffering. There are people in Syria that are suffering terrible fate. There are people in Israel that are worried about their family who's in the army, or about terrorist attacks and people that have been hurt. There are people in Africa that are starving. And all these things to many people don't really make a difference. The thing that does bother them, the thing that gets them, and the thing that really ruins their day is the fact that their WhatsApp is not working. I cannot send my text message. I cannot send that picture I wanted to send. I need to wait 2 or 3 hours for that to come through. Well, there's Facebook messaging, there's email, there's text messages. We're not totally helpless. And yet people are so upset and are so worked up about the fact that they cannot send their messages on the medium that they'd like to. And yet when things are really important, that we ignore, that we don't take seriously. If we want to be holy people care about others. Holy people are concerned with other people, how other people are doing, other people's issues and other people's problems, and not self-absorbed in problems that are not even issues, that are not even problems that other people would laugh at. If you want to start becoming holy, start growing your sphere of where you look at for problems, and where you look at for solutions, and what is a problem, and what really is just a bit of a nuisance that you can ignore. Then, and only then, can we start the conversation about holiness. There's a long way to go, but this is the first step. Wishing you all a very good Shabbos.